Good afternoon, 7th and 8th grade Bobcats. Mr. Flato here. Welcome back to what I hope will be a great week for you here at the Helena Middle School. On today's Bob lesson, going to be talking about the ultimate goal for each and every one of you, which is earning a high school diploma. That's what this whole thing is all about. That's what being Bob, being a learner is about. But these diplomas, this one here from the prestigious Montana State University Bobcats, go Cats, second most prestigious Institute of Higher Learning behind Montana Western, Harvard of the West. But what does that certificate really mean? It just says that it's got the school name on it. Yours will hopefully say Helena High someday. It has your name on it. It says you graduated. But what does that piece of paper really mean? So I took to the 7th and 8th grade streets. Teachers got their opinion to get their feedback on what a high school diploma really says about you. A lot of kids, by the time they get to this age, maybe going to class, maybe learning isn't their favorite thing, and they start to ask themselves, well, I don't need a high school diploma. I'm going to go do this, or I'm going to do that, or this work, I don't see how it's applicable to me being successful as an adult someday. And I will be the first to say you're not going to use every single piece of what you learn for a career someday. But the overarching goal of earning a high school diploma is much bigger than that, and it says a lot more about you than that. It tells a potential employer, potential admissions into college someday, it says certain things about you and the accomplishments and the sacrifices and the commitment and the follow-through that you have made as a young person and as a student. And that is what a high school diploma really says about you, along with this other feedback we're going to get from your teachers. So something to think about. Keep working hard this fourth quarter. Keep the foot on the gas pedal, full steam ahead, and let's finish this year strong. Make it a great week. All right, this week's Bob lesson is going to be titled What a High School Diploma Really Says About You. But first, let's be our best this week at HMS. Let's be Bob. Let's be safe. Let's be responsible. Let's be respectful. And let's be a learner. High school diploma. What is a high school diploma? The definition is a certificate awarded by an educational establishment to show that someone has successfully completed a course of study. I've talked a lot about to go out and be competitive in this world. You have to have at minimum a high school diploma. The world is a competitive place. If you think of any job or any career that you want to get into, there's going to be other people that want that same job or career. So you have to demonstrate what sets yourself apart from those other candidates. And a high school diploma or an advanced degree is a great way to start. Experience, things that you bring to the table as a potential employee, or other things that'll set you apart. But when we talk about a high school diploma, so many times I think some of you look at it like it's just a piece of paper. And so I set out and I sent an email out to your 7th and 8th grade teachers and got some great responses this week, because I want to peel back the layers and think a little bit more deeply about what a high school diploma. It isn't just a piece of paper. It says so much more about human beings and about students. The first teacher that gave us some insight was Miss Smith. And Miss Smith said, a high school diploma tells people you are a valuable human being who is here for a reason and is worthy of respect. And I think what Miss Smith is getting at here when she talks about being worthy of respect, because we're all worthy of respect, is that you respect yourself enough to say to yourself, I'm going to get my high school diploma. I'm going to battle through and persevere through the hard times. I know that as a human being, I'm worthy of respect, and I am demonstrating that by getting my high school diploma. Thanks for that response, Ms. Smith. Next up is Mr. Robertson, who said, you persevered and matured through friendships. Been talking a lot about that, how friendships aren't always going to be perfect. They're going to evolve. They're going to change. They're very fluid. How about this one? Alarm clocks, that you can get your butt up and out of bed and make it to school every day on time. If you can't get up and get to school every day to get your high school diploma, how do employers think that you're going to get up and get to work every day on time? There is a correlation and connection there. That you persevered through academics, of course, your responsibilities of getting homework done, getting homework turned in on time, being able to do things that are asked of you, maybe sporting activities, extracurricular activities, and many other different types of individual personalities that you're going to come across. Think about this. If we are constantly having conversations with Mr. Boyle because we can't get along with people, or getting kicked out of school, how are you going to get along with people in the workplace someday? If you can get along with people and all these different individual personalities in school for 13 years, then employers can go ahead and say, well, that shows me that they can get along with individual personalities of different colleagues or coworkers that they're going to have. There's a direct correlation between a lot of these things Mr. Robertson is talking about with school and the workplace. Thank you, Mr. Robertson. Ms. Cook added that a high school diploma shows you were not willing to give up. No matter how difficult the road became, it means you wanted to be the best version of you. You wanted to be Bob. That keeps coming up every day, every week for me. I'm becoming more convinced that life, whether you're an adult, whether you're an adolescent, who you are, life's all about just being the best version of yourself. It means you value friendships and welcome new friendships. It means you respect your peers, your teachers, and most importantly, yourself by getting that high school diploma. Thank you, Ms. Cook, for the wonderful insight. Mr. Franzen says, it says you can work and follow directions. Think about that for a minute, folks. School is no different than being in the workforce. I have to follow directions from my superiors. I have to come to work every day and take care of stuff just like you're asked to every day in school. On top of that, it says that you're ready to get some sort of education past high school. You've completed one stage, and now you're on to the next stage. And I love what Mr. Franzen talks about here because so much of life is being a lifelong learner. We, as educators, continue to be lifelong learners. No matter what area you're in life, there's always so much more to be learned. Whether it's a college degree, a hairdressing school or certificate, or a diesel mechanic, you're ready. Thank you, Mr. Franzen. All right, last but not least, we have yours truly, who says a high school diploma tells other people that you have the ability to get out of bed and get here virtually every morning. Because guess what? If you can't get out of bed and get here every morning for your job, you're not going to have that job for long. It means when you do show up, you've demonstrated the ability to play nice with others, a la your classmates, just like you'll need to play nice with others when you have coworkers. It means you've shown the responsibility of passing your classes, even if that means playing the game. And it means you have a base level of knowledge that an employer can count on. All right, Ms. Shockley says, it says a lot about you, who you are as a person. It shows your work ethic, your character, your perseverance. It shows others that you set a goal and then you set out to achieve that goal. It shows you mastered time management. Time management is a huge piece moving forward. Social involvement and all the social skills that come with being a high school graduate. It shows employers that you are a hard worker. It is a result of 1,000 small and daily decisions you make over the course of your educational career. Love it, Ms. Shockley. Thank you. All right, Mr. Boyle. Mr. Boyle says, earning a high school diploma means choice. All the possibilities for your future remain wide open with a high school education. A good paying job, career advancement, trade school, college, and the option to change your mind and do something different later in life. All of these options remain open if you earn your high school diploma. So very true. And Mr. Sturgar, finishing high school is perhaps the most important time in kids' lives because they're making friendships that can last a lifetime. They're learning a bit more advanced materials, and they are preparing themselves to go out into the real world workforce and be successful. And I think the most important thing Mr. Sturgar is saying here is a high school diploma tells people that you are ready to go into the real world workforce and be successful because you've proven that you've done it the last 13 years. Thank you, Mr. Sturgar. And finally, Ms. Steve says, a high school diploma tells me you can persevere. Keep seeing that word, no matter how challenging the days can be. It tells that you are valuable to society and you gained a larger respect from your teachers and all their efforts. Graduating from high school demonstrates that you have what it takes to be employable, i.e. communicating clearly, solving problems, having a better understanding of the world around you. Thank